Hello and welcome back to the World Rally Championship. I don't know why I said welcome back. I told myself I would never start a video like that, but it's too late now. Can you shut up a second? Right. So you might have noticed that I should have brought out the episode of this the other week, but I did not because I forgot. I haven't just finished Sweden, by the way. I'm not being super lazy, it's just where it saved last time I finished up.
A rally of 10,000 corners, Corsica has more bends than any other WRC event. The roads that cross the Mediterranean island often appear to be no more than a chain of blind bends linked together. The surface is rough asphalt that's punishing on the tyres and sometimes on the drivers. There are also sheer mountain drops and slippery gravel. Corsica adds up to a challenge for cars and drivers.
Well, I say last time I finished up. What I actually mean is when I was playing it to catch up to where I should be on on Wednesday. It is now Saturday. And you might be thinking, don't you usually record on a Thursday? And I do usually record on a Thursday, you're right. But there was people at home then. And I don't like recording when there's other people around because they might hear what I'm doing. And then they'll find out that my YouTube channel exists. And then things will just get more and more embarrassing from there. So I don't do that. What I do is wait until there's no one home and record then. And there's not going to be anyone home all day because they're all in either Korea or London, so I'm in the clear. Not going to be using all day to complete a game like I did when I played Dirt Showdown a while ago. I'm only going to be doing 1 or 2 videos today, just to catch up, because I managed to get myself behind on nigh on everything. But the Rally Corsica is one place that I shouldn't be behind, because according to Wikipedia, when I looked up Toge the other day, because I'm a massive weeb, I looked into some Toge on Wikipedia, and apparently, as well as the Rally Monte Carlo, Christ's sake, the Rally Corsica pretty much counts as a Toge. So, with all the Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2 that I've been playing on the emulator, I should be good to win this one. I'd want to make a video on. I'd want to make a couple of videos on a TXR, but PC SX2 emulator does not run very well at all. So when I'm playing in my own time, you know, with nothing running in the background, it manages to hit like I want to say 60 or 70% of the frame rate it should be getting. So I told the software to drop every other frame, whatever, so it looks regular. Also, and then when I put on the PC capture software that I have, it runs at like 24%, which is barely playable. So you know, you can imagine how it might be to watch in a video. Meanwhile, my driving here is not much better than a game running at 24% of its frame rate. So I'm gonna have to get good. Then again, the Toge in Japan, the damn sight smoother than these roads here in France. Well, not technically in France, on a French island, I guess. Which is, I think, I know that this rally definitely killed a Group B driver. I remember that. It was one of the guys in a Lancia. Can't remember his name. But he died because he decided to drive while he was ill. And I never do anything while I'm ill, so He needs to get good, honestly. I mean, he can't get good, he's dead. I'm an edgelord. Anyway, running out of commentary already. What stage are we on? The first one of the rally? Only another, what, 5 to go after this one? I am actually behind on the time by like a second or two. Although that's only second place, so I don't know why they're so disappointed. I mean, it's not like we haven't won the first 2 rallies by like 30 seconds plus, maybe a minute at least. So I don't know why they'd ever assume I wasn't going to be able to claw this back. Meanwhile, I am the only non-French car in the top 7. But the Peugeot 206 was actually a good rally car. I meme about it a lot in my Need for Speed Underground Let's Play, but the 206 was actually a really good rally car, and now it's raining. I got to the point where it's rained in Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2 yet, so. Still, I can't imagine how the rain could be any harder to deal with than like the snow in Sweden. If I could leave the walls alone, or if the walls like reacted in a way that a wall maybe would, I wouldn't have so much of a problem. But the wall likes to get caught on my car instead of just like bumping it off. So that's like, well, it's not like irritating, it is irritating. Although sometimes it works out for me. You do want to avoid the wall in this game. I've been over this. Hopefully, although this is a PS2, so I doubt I have to. Oh, come on! I had that drift perfect. I doubt there'll be any stages as narrow as the ones on Mobile 1 Rally Championship, so I won't have to worry about. Don't have to worry about the walls too much. I've never actually completed all the rallies on this game. I don't know if I've said this in an earlier rally, but I think the furthest I've been was no idea, hold on, maybe Kenya? Yeah, I think I didn't quite finish Kenya, and then I stopped playing the game for whatever reason, and then I started recording. Let's start again, because no one wants to see a Let's Play where someone starts like halfway through the game and then just Let's Play it from there. You know, you can do you can do like a video where you just do one race in the game, like I don't know, like the endurance. Christ's sake, like the endurance races from Forza 6, but just starting a Let's Play with a game that's half done, poor form. I think I was driving the Ford Focus when I played this on the Not playing the Ford Focus here because I have a rally game where that features more prominently to play, not next, but because obviously WRC 2 Extreme doesn't count as my Monday rally game Let's Play. That's a Rally Sport Challenge. But after I complete Rally Sport Challenge, I'm going to play a different game, and then I want to play Colin McRae Rally 3. But I don't want to be playing too many Codemasters games at the same time, even though it feels like Codemasters games are pretty much the only games I have. I'm falling further and further behind in second place. I don't know why that's happening. The 206 was good, but it was that good, so ignore me, never mind. the Subaru wasn't good in 2002. Can't remember when it was good. I think in the mid-90s was Colin McRae. And then a bit later than 2002. But in 2002, like we are now, the Subaru was not a championship winning car. That was the Peugeot. So, you know, I know a fair bit about rally history. I'm not a total moron. I mean, I am, but... Oof, I thought that barrier was going to be solid then. I sort of panicked. Well, I didn't panic, I just gave up hope. But then it turned out to be, like, tape. So, I just went through it. Wait, we finally got the lead. Rallying is the least predictable motorsport, you know? You can have a problem like that at any second. You can take the lead, smack it into an indestructible bit of plastic barrier, and then you're back into second again. Behind a French car your dad sort of owns. While you're driving the official car of boy races in the 2000s. And it's not a good feeling, to be honest, to be losing to a 206, because I see those every day, you know? That's why I've got to try harder to win, because otherwise it'll just be humiliating. Although I can't imagine the French do want to win on their own, on their home turf. There was no Rally Japan in 2002, was there? So I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to say something about like Subaru and Mitsubishi putting loads of money into racing each other when they didn't even have a home rally. I don't know if I've ever talked about what I'd do for the Rally Japan before, but I'm going to now. I'd in the milestone, the 2 milestone WRC games I have, Japan is some mediocre, bad, sort of dirt rally. Not the game, obviously. It's all on like mud, and it rains the entire time, and tracks aren't that interesting. I'd put the Rally Japan on the Toge, you know, because that'd be way more interesting. In Colin McRae's Dirt, the Rally Japan is sort of more like... Is that the first flip in this series so far? It might be. I know I flipped the car a bunch when I was playing off screen to complete Monaco and Sweden, so I could have a save file where all the rallies were in one championship, so the points can be put together and I can be awarded a big trophy at the end for winning the WRC. Ah, even with the flip, we still won. We're clawing it back. Everything is going to be okay in France. We're not going to have to surrender. Am I right? Am I right, guys? XD. Anyway, I've learned my lesson now. I'm going to be saving. Fix the brakes, change the tyres. Don't need to do anything else because the rest of the car's in good nick. On to day 2, which I'm pretty sure is going to have the night stage in it, and that will be the most Toge-like thing we've done so far. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have anyone to race directly, so there won't be any point to turning off the headlights to try and get past But it's raining again, because of course it's raining again. Rally of 1,000 corners, they call this one. I mean, most rallies have plenty of corners, but apparently this one has an above average amount of corners. And I'm starting to notice, definitely, that there are lots of turns. Lots of not very well maintained turns. This road is falling apart as I drive on it. Like that scene in 2012 where they're taking off in the plane. I watched that movie in a geography class once. Actually, it was technically my choice because I was doing. I got the highest mark on the test we did, so I can't remember my teacher's name, to be honest. He left, but he went to me. Well, everyone was like, "Oh, we want to watch 2012," or "We want to watch this other movie that's not 2012." And he asked me, and because I'm a loser, I decided with the majority. I went for 2012, and it sucked. But it was funny, so what can you do? Should have taken geography at GCSE, I'm going to be honest. Maybe I wouldn't be struggling with geography like I'm struggling with art. They actually have geography field trips. You know? Oh Christ, there's a tree, there's a house there. Don't get hung up on the tree, let's worry about crashing into the house. And let's try not to fall over that wall either. I remember playing Colin McRae's Dirt a while back, and one of the directions, or you know, corner call-outs, I can't remember what they're called, pace notes, was left at village, which isn't actually that funny now that I think about it, but at the time it made me laugh because, well, I actually have no idea. No, I think the call was Caution Village, which was funny to me because, you know, we're gonna move on past that. I think I don't want to talk about that anymore. Because you know, it was a dumb thing to say and bring up. I wonder why I decided to go into making YouTube videos when I have no idea how to talk for as long as the video I want to make is. Maybe I should like start splitting these rallies up so that I can actually have something to talk about, but it's whatever. My WRC and Ride Sport Challenge videos get actual views compared to Dirt Showdown and Need for Speed Underground. Dirt Showdown is actually my worst performing series. I don't know why I'm giving it my premiere slot on a Saturday, but I am. But people come to my channel to watch rally, so I need to remember to make my rally videos when I want to make my rally videos. That way I can get views, and everyone knows YouTube is all about getting views. It's not about enjoying what you do. You know, that's why I need to move Dirt Showdown. Although I have got to uploading the last few episodes of that, so they're all off my hard drive now. That series should be done by middle of April, I think. So then I can get on to Dirt 3, which is probably a game I should play on Monday because it's a rally game. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might. would just break up the amount of Codemasters I'm playing, I guess. I could skip straight from racing in banger races to touring cars, which actually makes more sense than rallying, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Screw it. I need to finish Rally Sport Challenge. And then... Well, no, actually, everything can carry on going as planned. I don't need to rush a thing. Meanwhile, it has gotten a bit dark. I was right about the night stage. Luckily, there's only one, like, really long stage per rally, and I think we've already done it. In this game. Like, most of the stages are a couple of minutes long, and then if I could actually see the corners, that'd be nice. Most of the stages are only a couple of minutes long, and then you get one that's like 7 minutes. And on the basis that we're still on day 2 of the rally, and I've been recording for 20 minutes, that must mean we've done a longer stage. So, Rally France is almost done. Let me do the Rally Spain, which is a pretty boring one, to be honest. Then again, Spain isn't well known for making like good motorsport. You know, they have what, like 3 tracks on the MotoGP calendar, and I don't like any of them. Really, like Jerez is fine, but Catalonia sucks. And I'm not sure what the other one is, but that's not much fun neither. And the F1 race at Catalonia sucks every year. So basically what I'm trying to say is Spain floods motorsports, but doesn't actually give it anything. Which is why they're probably my least favourite country. I mean, I know it's there's a big meme in the Formula 1 discussion group, I guess you could call it, on the Tibetan basket weaving forum that I use, where it's a... can't remember how I started this sentence, but it's a big meme to hate the Dutch because of Max Verstappen and all the Dutch bandwagoners he spawned. There's the toothpastes, because their flag looks like a bit Colgate. Well, obviously you got the Canadians, who are bad no matter what. But in terms of like motorsports in general, the Spanish are definitely the worst. Not even NASCAR can like bring America down to like its level, you know. Because like with an oval, you know to expect little. But like an actual racetrack like Catalonia, you'd think like with a track that has more than 4 corners, you could get some decent racing, but no, you can't. Bit of a procession, really. I'm probably going to end up talking about Spain more when it comes to doing the Spanish rally. Which is going to have to be uploaded next week because of how far behind I am. So you get 2 WRCs in a row, and then back to Rally Sport Challenge, where there's a big set of just rallies coming up. So, you know, we're going pure rally right now. Brakes, body, hit a few things. Well, we've got tyres, hydraulics. Welcome to Need for Speed Underground 2. Anyway, last 2 stages of the rally. Ow! Not going to tell you what I've just done, just going to tell you it was mildly painful. Well, we started the last two stages of the rally, something like, I don't know how well the sync this will be, but I'm going to say 30 now. That'll be my, it's my sync point, 25 minutes in. Christ's sake. Yeah, we started the last two stages. I meant to say, here we are starting the last two stages, and I didn't say it, so I'm saying it now. I'm glad that I got distracted, because it's meant I've lost like 5+ seconds in the first sector, which is always nice. You know, being down in 15th is exactly where you want to be. These are some pretty nice roads though. Forza Horizon 2 should have been like, more like this, and less like how it actually was. You know, if Forza Horizon 2 was set on like Corsica, and instead of like trying to do you've got to have a bit of Spain as well, could have just modelled the island of Corsica, probably to scale as well. It doesn't look like a very big island. Christ. Well, I mean, maybe not to scale. You could have done like a Test Drive Unlimited style thing, where you model an island. You know, and they could have had loads of these Rally Corsica roads, and it would have been fun. Instead, we got a bunch of roads which were wider than and paved like Grand Prix circuits, and few interesting corners. And the map was small and boring. Forza Horizon 3, from what I've seen in terms of gameplay, and I've seen a fair amount of gameplay, doesn't actually look that great. I prefer the motorsport games, though. I don't know. Only Forza Horizon 1 really got me interested. You know? I'm gonna keep saying you know. I'm gonna point out that I keep saying you know and then not actually change that I'm saying you know all the time. You can call me a commentary YouTuber. Yeah, Forza Horizon 1 was fun. Then Forza Horizon 2 was less fun. I don't know. Just felt like it had less atmosphere. It was more catering, even more catering towards the herdy-der supercars are the only good cars crowd, which is not the crowd I'm a part of at all. I don't strongly dislike supercars, but I feel like they are soulless on the most part and no fun. Maybe I'm just being an edgelord again, but I don't know. I have more fun on Forza racing in the lower classes, like C, B. You know, I was gonna say A at a stretch, but not really. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. C, B, A, and below classes. But when it comes to like Le Mans prototype cars, I don't know, it doesn't feel like Forza is a game for that. Obviously, like the actual story progression in Forza 4, I'm gonna take Forza 4 as an example. It was really subtle, but you could choose to drive what you want. But obviously, like the way the event list mode was structured, you know, you start out in a racing in a tiny Fiat, and you end up doing a LMP1 World Championship. You know, there's progression there. You go from racing privately owned cars in spec series to multi-million-dollar prototypes. But to me, Forza 4 always felt more like a Gran Turismo, where you buy a car because you want that car and you race that car. you know. So when it comes to something like Horizon, you want to be out driving a car you really want to be driving and winning in that, and then you see like 4 or 5 Bugattis driving around, and I don't know. Each to their own, obviously. You know, I'm not gonna say you're not allowed to like supercars. They're really impressive, but I don't know. They're just less fun, in my mind. Dirt Rally could have done with the Rally Corsica. Obviously they had Monte Carlo, but all them roads are icy and more mountainy. Obviously that's according to Wikipedia. I'm looping around back to the beginning of the episode. That's a Toge as well, but Dirt Rally should have had this as well, I think. I mean, Pikes Peak paved is good, but having to deal with a corner every 2 seconds would have been interesting. Obviously, I've never played Dirt Rally, but I mean to watch other people play. But with that, I'm fairly certain we've won the Rally Corsica. I wouldn't be surprised if we came second though, based on how far behind we were earlier on in the rally. Where are we? First overall. Gonna make sure I remember to save.